Hi, I'm Elaine Harding. Welcome to my blog at stampwithlane.com. Today I have another Valentine card. This time I'm revisiting a fun fold way back in November 2016. It's a diagonal gatefold and I've sized it so that it will fit in a C6 envelope. I'm using the Sweet Conversations stamp set. The dies from the Bouquet of Love hybrid embossing folder, just using this small stitched die. Adhesive sheets to stick to the back of the cardstock. I cut 2 in Blushing Bride, 2 in Coastal Cabana, and 1 heart without the adhesive sheet behind, and 1 each of the Supple Shimmer paper, 1 in pink, that's also got adhesive backing on it, and 1 in the Iridescent Pool Party. 5 hearts altogether to make up this heart, and the other in the Pool Party Iridescent Shimmer paper. I needed the hearts to be fairly rigid, so that's why I've cut so many layers, so that it will interlock with each other without buckling. The inks I'm using are Night of Navy, Coastal Cabana and Blushing Bride, and the adhesive backed hexagons from the Abstract Beauty Suite collection on pages 48 to 50 in the January to June 2022 mini. The card base is 6 inches by 5.5 inches. In metric, that's 15 centimeters by 14 centimeters. On the 6-inch side, the long side, butt that up to your scoreboard and you score at 2 inches and 4 inches. In metric, that will be 5 centimeters and 10 centimeters. To create the diagonal gatefold, you need to score from in the first panel. This is panel. Let's fold that so you can see it better. So that's panel 1, panel 2, panel 3. So on panel 1, you score from the top right panel 1 down to the bottom left of panel 1. So make sure that it is right on the scoring groove and score. Okay, then slide it across, and on the third panel, again put your stylus in the groove at the tip of the right hand corner down to the bottom left corner of the third panel. So these 2 score lines should be parallel to each other, so it creates a parallelogram. I'll reinforce my score lines and bend that back and bend that back. So I want to do it in both directions to make sure that it closes easily. Okay. To decorate the panels, I've used the Simply Marvellous papers, which you can get free during celebration. It's not long to run now, it will be the end of February. I've used the Coastal Cabana one to wait until you've scored your card to see which direction you should be cutting your papers. 3 pieces out of 1 sheet of Simply Marvellous DSP and 2 pieces in basic white, and they've all been cut at 1 3/4 by 5 1/4 inches, so that's 4.5 centimeters by 13.5 centimeters. 1 piece is for the center panel here, and then this should be cut in half diagonally, 1 for here and 1 for there, like so. I would recommend that you only cut the pieces once you've scored your card, so you know which direction to cut your designer series paper. So I'm cutting that from the top right down to the bottom left, and then adhere it to the panel. I'm using a silicone mat because I really want the tips to have glue on them. So glue that in this corner here. Now we want this side to show, so we're going to cut it for this panel. So you need to cut from the top left to the bottom right. Bring back my silicone mat so that I can get glue right up to the tip, and I want to apply adhesive to the reverse side because I want this pattern to show. And I want the same for this, so it's from the top left down to the bottom right. Now for this two panels here, I need to cut from the top right down to the bottom left. I'm going to stamp this heart down the bottom here and on the top there. So Coastal Cabana ink, make sure that's straight. Now I've stamped it, I can adhere it to the card base. Stamp the centre panel. Swapping pads and stamps, and this time stamp randomly. Not sure about that. I should have stamped off first. So let's do that again. Stamp off. I'm going to have to change stamp sets to the Love and Happiness one because I seem to have mislaid the Happy Valentine's greeting. It's probably stuck to something else. I've just scrapped the other one because it just didn't look right. So I'll just stamp that, stamp off, and stamp on. I'll just have to redesign it. So what do you think? Is that alright? So now we want to assemble our hearts. So the pink one will go on top there. Make sure it's all aligned. And I'm going to put this one in the opposite direction so that the nice edge is showing. That makes a nice sturdy heart. So the first one is the shimmer, so you want to glue it to one with an adhesive sheet on the back. So the next two hearts are with the self-adhesive sheets attached. And the last one, you want the right side showing on the bottom, and that hasn't got the adhesive sheet. Position the heart where you want it. So I'm pointing the tip of the heart on that diagonal line. Hold it, and then on the reverse I'm just going to mark it with a pencil. and this is the side I want the dimensional on. So pop the dimensional on that side. I'm going to chop that in half so that I can tuck that in like so, and the other half next to it so that it is seamless. Another one up there, and then trim off the edges so it doesn't show. Remove the backing tape. Press it down firmly. Tuck the other heart in like so. Flip it over and mark it. And it's this side that you want the dimensionals to go. Now I've got the dimensionals on the back, and put it in at an angle so that it straddles both sides, and it's also behind the pink one so that the pink one will hold it in. I'm sorry I couldn't find the stamp. Last touch, the hexagons. So that's the card closed, and this is the card open. So I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. All the links to the supplies are below this video in the Show More section. You can find me on Facebook, Pinterest or Instagram. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.